If you want to play at 4K resolution and you want to get great performance with no bottlenecks and no stutters, this video is going to be for you. I will show you the best CPU and GPU combos that will allow you to play at this resolution with amazing performance for different budgets. The links to all of these combos will be down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. With the first CPU and GPU combo, we have the Ryzen 5 7600 paired with the RTX 4070 Ti Super. Now this combo is going to be enough for most people at 4K resolution if you want a smooth gaming experience even on high demanding titles, 60 plus FPS on average. In the latest test from TechSpot on a 12 frame average at 4K on ultra settings, by the way, with very high demanding games being tested, the RTX 4070 Ti Super was able to average 70 FPS, which is a very good number considering we are talking about ultra settings on high demanding titles. You also have DLSS, which is the upscaler from Nvidia, and it has amazing image quality and it will give you even more FPS. So in my opinion, this is enough for most people, and if you want to play esports titles, you can expect 240 plus FPS on average at 4K resolution. The price for this CPU and GPU combo is $1,000, and you can also consider going with the RX 7900 XT for the graphics card instead of the 4070 Ti Super. The 7900 XT right now is going for $700, so $100 cheaper is going to give you about the same rasterized performance, maybe slightly faster in most cases, but you are losing the Nvidia features such as the DLSS, which is the better upscaler compared to the AMD upscaler FSR. It also gives you a better level of ray tracing, which you might be interested in, and on top of that, most content creation and productivity apps work better with Nvidia GPUs. So in my opinion, spending the extra $100 at this price point is worth it, so I would personally pick the RTX 4070 Ti Super, but of course that is up to you, up to your needs, and up to your budget. Also, if you want a 60 plus FPS on average experience at 4K resolution, you don't actually need the CPU and GPU combo, you can get away with a cheaper one, but I will talk about that at the end of the video. With the next one, we have a 4K high to ultra settings combo in the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D for the CPU and the RTX 4080 Super for the GPU. The Ryzen 7 7800 X3D is one of the fastest CPUs in the market, so if you want to play esports titles competitively, you can easily run games like Fortnite, Valorant, and all of the esports shooters I've mentioned before at 360 plus FPS on average, even at 4K resolution, if you play on competitive settings. Now, the RTX 4080 Super, by the time that I'm recording this video, is out of stock, but it usually goes for around $1,000. Anyway, I will leave a link in the description to update when it's back in stock. On that same 12 frame average at 4K resolution, the RTX 4080 Super was able to average 85 FPS, which is an amazing number, once again, considering that you are playing on ultra settings on high demanding titles. If you turn on the DLSS, you can expect higher frame rates, or if you lower the settings to high instead of ultra. Honestly, this is a high-end CPU and GPU combo, but in my opinion, it's one of the best combos that you can get for 4K resolution, especially if you don't want to get an RTX 4090, which is the best GPU in the market, but it's much more expensive. At around this price point, you can also consider the RX 7900 XTX from AMD, which will give you about 90 plus FPS on average, so slightly faster in terms of rasterized performance, but once again, you lose the Nvidia features and it's about $80 less. So if you are already spending about $900 on a GPU, I would spend the $100 extra and get the 4080 Super. The total price for this combo is $1,385 if you see the RTX 4080 Super at $1,000. And if you just want the best of the best, you don't care about spending a lot of money on your gaming PC, then I recommend you going with the Ryzen 9 7950 X3D for the CPU, which is the best CPU in the market for gaming, and you pair this CPU with the RTX 4090, which is the fastest GPU in the market for gaming. Once again, on that 12 frame average at 4K resolution, the RTX 4090 was the best one with an average of over 110 FPS, which is an insane number considering the type of games on ultra settings that are being tested. So honestly, as I said before, if you don't care about money, you just want to get the best, get the CPU and GPU combo. Trust me, you will not regret it. But it's not for most people, especially if you do care about money. Do not spend your life savings on this CPU and GPU combo, because for most people, PREBUILT once again is not needed. The total price for this combo is $2,400 when I'm recording this video, but the RTX 4090 usually goes for around $2,000, so you can expect to end up paying about $2,600 depending on when you're watching this. And as a bonus combo, as I mentioned in the beginning, we have the Ryzen 5 7600 alongside the RX 6950 XT. This combo is going for under $800 and honestly it's going to be plenty of performance for most people. In fact, on that 12am average I've been mentioning, it was able to average over 60 FPS at 4K ultra settings. So once again, if you turn on the upscaler, which in this case is FSR, you will be able to achieve higher FPS. And if you want to play easy to run games, this combo is going to give you all the performance that you want, and spending more money wouldn't make any sense. But of course, if you want to play more high demanding titles, or you want a system that will last you longer from a newer architecture, then of course you're looking to spend more money. But in terms of performance, this combo is going to be enough. And CPUs and GPU combos are actually the most important components when it comes to your gaming performance, and you definitely don't want to bottleneck this, but you can bottleneck your entire system by choosing the wrong power supply, the wrong case, or the wrong motherboard. So I highly recommend you watching my video on the best gaming PC builds of the month for every budget and every resolution, where I put together the best builds for every CPU and GPU combo with no bottlenecks. Also, I do it for every budget and every resolution, so not only 4K but also 1440p and 1080p. You will have that video in the top right of the screen. And the reason why I didn't go with Intel CPUs on this video is because if you get an Intel CPU, you are already in the end of the platform. Therefore, if you want to upgrade the CPU down the line, you will have to upgrade the motherboard. But if you get a Ryzen CPU from the AM5 platform, you can upgrade to new CPUs from AMD down the line that are coming in the future. On top of that, Ryzen is usually the best one in terms of price to performance when it comes to gaming. If you want to do professional content creation, then my opinion would be slightly different, but since we are talking about high FPS gaming, Ryzen was my choice. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.